It just got completely dark. You can hear crickets.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I have shivers right now. I was bothering Collin because I was like, we have one weekend slotted in August for last minute trips, but that's the weekend of the total solar eclipse, and I desperately want to film it.
Right.
So we are going to shoot this eclipse. That's the main difference between this and a last minute trip. So we are going for a specific reason rather than just to go. Heading to LAX, there's traffic right now, and this is like a lot of traffic, but this is the easily the least amount of traffic we're going to see this whole trip.
One thing I'd never miss when we take these trips is traffic.
It's like if we took a last minute trip, except literally everyone threw the same exact dart at the same exact map.
I haven't actually wrapped my head around the fact that we're about to witness a total eclipse. I'll set it up. Ready? Welcome to the intro. Oh! See, that was acting.
2, 3, 4.
Thanks, man. Well, we couldn't find a rental car anywhere because there's so many people that came into town for the eclipse. So we were trying to think outside the box, and I had the bright idea to rent a U-Haul. So we reserved a van only to come here today, the day before the eclipse, and find out that they, in fact, don't have any vans here. So instead, we are gonna be driving a 15-foot U-Haul box truck with 3 seats in the front, riding it in style. Ugh.
The eclipse happens tomorrow. The point of totality is at 1:28 p.m. Nashville time. We are actually going to scout a location right now to potentially watch the eclipse from. Last night, we got into our hotel, and just like in Minneapolis, we went to get some food, and they rejected us.
The part where we watched 2 adult women just swan dive fall drunk.
We show up at like drunk sloppy hour everywhere we go.
Yeah.
It's like Saturday night at 2 a.m. every time.
It makes me so jealous sometimes. It's like a red carpet. So we have our ride situation figured out. Y'all ready to see an eclipse?
Camera got too hot, so we're trying to cool it down with the AC. It's like 100 degrees out.
Thank you.
Oh, we let Collin drive. This is not a good idea.
No. So wait, what's the path of the sun?
Just like 2 inches to the right of where it is now.
Julian's saying that animals, they freak out during eclipses.
Total solar eclipse causes everything to go dark. The temperature drops. We're going to feel it. But the thing you'll notice if we're around them is animals kind of lose their shit because they think nightfall just happened out of nowhere, which it basically did. Are you excited for the total solar eclipse tomorrow? You know, it hasn't happened from coast to coast in 91 years. Did you know that?
Just a couple normal Tennesseans doing normal Tennessee stuff. I'm very excited. It overlooks the entire valley.
We're gonna see some nice eclipsing. Nice little nighttime in the daytime, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So amazingly, we found a place to stay tonight, and it is right in the middle of us in Nashville. Right now we're in Cottontown, Tennessee, which is just north of Nashville, and this is a prime spot to watch the eclipse. There's a longer point of totality. Can I help you? There's gonna be less people up here because it's not downtown Nashville, which is insane. One thing that I've just thought of that I didn't account for earlier is that tomorrow when we're setting up our camera for the eclipse, we have to take the heat into consideration. The cameras overheat relatively quick, and we need to have the shot set up a decent amount of time before the actual eclipse begins. So something I might consider doing is getting ice to keep the cameras in before we prop them up and shoot. It's like 90 degrees here and humid, and tomorrow it's gonna be the same. So it's one of those other things that we didn't really plan on preparing for, but we have to audible.
Want me to do some acapella? Yeah.
Yeah, you got acapella?
Throw a song out there though. Actually, here, don't worry. Have you guys heard that fire new Drake? I'll go crazy, crazy, go. Dude, you give me the next Justin Bieber.
Am I on the camera, dude?
You give me the next.
Cut that.
Justin Bieber, dude. Has anybody ever told you that?
Yeah, I look a lot like him too.
You guys both have that baby face.
We both love kissing girls.
Let's recap today so far. We rented a U-Haul truck. We drove 30 minutes to Cottontown.
Met with someone who's writing an article on us. Got to spend some time on a private family farm that is being graciously lent to us tomorrow to shoot the eclipse on. Drove all the way back to Nashville. Checked out the Urban Cowboy. It's a B&B in East Nashville. And the reason we're at the Urban Cowboy is the same reason we brought our friend Josey on this trip. And that is because we are teaming up with Modern Outdoorsman to give one of you guys a 2-night stay at the Urban Cowboy Nashville.
Get out of the shot, dickweed. Even though Nashville's a big city, we end up coming across a place like this, right? That's like, I've been to Nashville a handful of times, never heard of the Urban Cowboy before, because I was never looking. Yeah. There's always a place you've never been.
Honestly, no clue. Collin.
Living a dream. What's up, bro?
We're watching some research.
Oh my god.
That noise was wonderful. We're kind of all posted up at our location right now for the total solar eclipse. And the sitting and waiting here is it's definitely invoking some reflection right now, for sure.
So the thing about eclipses is that the sun the sun will morph
We are the men in black.
The partial eclipse starts at around noon. Right now, we're literally just chilling in the U-Haul, kind of planning everything out and fighting off bugs. With these glasses on, the sun just looks like this. I was thinking about what a total solar eclipse means for the world and for all the people who are watching it and live in the United States. It's incredibly special to think about one celestial event actively just stopping everything in the United States for a moment, a brief moment where no one is focused on anything besides looking up at the sun being covered by the moon. That to me, I feel like is what this trip is all about. It's coming out here to chase something bigger than us, to get a front row view at one of the most wildly rare events I'll ever witness. And although it hasn't even started, the anticipation and the excitement for me is coming from that place. Oh my God, I'm looking nervous. This is wild. I really want to emphasize how insanely bizarre this lighting is right now. I never thought the lighting before the eclipse would blow my mind this much. I wish I could like convey how it looks.
Listen to the crickets.
What?
The crickets think it's sundown. Those crickets are so stupid, dude. This isn't, it's, I know I keep saying this, I just don't know how else to kind of convey it. This is like, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I never, ever would have even thought about, will I ever get to witness a total solar eclipse? And I'm standing in it right now. It makes you kind of feel this big. It's like sunset on all sides. And just like that.
It's hard to prepare yourself for something that's so like otherworldly that all you've done is like read about. And I have to admit my expectations were high, to say the least, for this, but I like the feeling you get. Everything I've ever known in my whole life, just for a moment, didn't matter at all. Nothing mattered. Like, you're so insignificant, and the world is. I mean, there was a rooster crowing at 2 p.m.
Yeah. It's hard to fathom, and it's hard to even quantify the magnitude of that moment. And looking at the sun as an eclipse, you've only ever seen pictures of it.
Pictures don't even come close to what it
No,
feels like.
you actually see it with your own eyes and look up. We should have a beer.
Yeah, we should celebrate.
Sometimes I wish that I were blind. Bet that the sun don't wanna shine. It wakes just to fall at night.
Dude, do you see it?
Yeah, dude, it's beautiful, man. Cut. That wasn't good. That wasn't